Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hamstick Hall of Fame. This is an exclusive series where we take you through a journey of our talented students and successful alumni. I am your host, Sham, aka Pratik Thakur, and our guest today is up and coming baker from Hyderabad, Radhika Tripatia. Radhika is a passionate baker and an educator who, despite holding bachelor's and master's degrees in finance, chose to turn her love for baking into thriving passion. She refined her skills at Hamstick and founded Our Baker House at 2020, and brand known as exclusively Eggless Desserts. From being a student and becoming a faculty member at Hamstick, Radhika has trained over 50 batches of students online and offline. She refined her skills at Hamstick and founded Our Bake House in 2020, and the brand was well known for eggless desserts. She has also played key role in course development, video shoots, recipe creations for Hamstick. Her dedication and experience has earned her recognition, including exhibition awards, Shield Up events by Girl Up Raha and Drishti Foundation. She was also honored by Sri Maheshwari Vidyalaya, Hyderabad as a chief guest and judge, inspiring young minds to pursue their culinary dreams. We are also delighted to have her sharing her journey with us today. Come, let's meet her. Hello, Radhika.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Let's start the podcast. Hello, Radhika. It is a pleasure to have you with us today over here. And being a distinguished Hamstick alumni and a successful business owner, would you like to please explain something about your business and your brand?
Hi, and thank you for having me over here. I'm Radhika Taparia Sada. I have started my own home baking business around 4.5 years ago by the name Our Bake House. We specialize in eggless baking. We cater to a lot of different audience. We do bulk orders for corporate businesses and also a lot of festive hampers during Eid and Diwali. We also specialize in baking different types of desserts which have a good shelf life for people who want to order for their weddings and maybe wedding festivities and stuff.
So, what sparked your interest in baking and how did you start to pursue it as a career in life?
So baking has always been a hobby for me. Since when I was a kid, I used to just, bake something with my mother, or it was not like the authentic baking what I now do, but the small recipes which our parents, usually bake, like small atta cookies and stuff. But yeah, growing up, saw a lot of YouTube videos and really had that passion for baking, but never did I think that I'll be a professional baker. So just seeing and growing up, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you had a lot of videos of your particular interest. So scrolling through them, it sparked my interest more and more, and I became serious about taking baking as a profession.
Being a baker, it should have been a cakewalk for you, but I think starting a business is not that easy. So, can you give us some insights about it?
Whether it's baking or any other profession, it's never a cakewalk to start your business, I'm sure. So initially taking it up as a profession was a complete switch for me because it is a complete different career for me. I have actually done my master's in finance, and from being a finance student to going completely into baking and taking it up as a profession has been a complete switch. But initially it was difficult for me to start my own business, basically to switch from one profession to another. But I think it's the little steps, and once you decide it, if you make up your mind that you have to start something new, you have to completely dedicate your time and efforts. And no, but it's not a cakewalk for sure.
So, when you started your business, what was the challenges that you faced when you went through it?
So the first challenge for me was how to start and from where to start, because knowing nothing about the business, knowing nothing about the profession. So the first thing what I wanted to do was to learn it professionally. Until now, whatever I knew, it was through the videos, through YouTube videos, through all the external social media, what we know today. But I really wanted to take it up as a profession and learn it professionally before I start it as my business. So that was my first step. And then once I started it professionally, like I searched for courses and stuff, and that's when I actually joined Hamstick as well. So I think laying a foundation is very important, which Hamstick provided me, because आपको कुछ नहीं पता होता है. You don't know recipes, you don't know how much is like a kg cake or a half kg cake or what other desserts are there, because all we know is, all I've been seeing is Pooja Dhingra's eggless baking courses books. So I know only those. So to learn more about baking, to know more about other recipes and stuff, I think it's very important to know what you want to learn and to professionally start learning it. So first, how to start and from where to start. After that, I think once you've started, there are different kinds of challenges कि आपको vendors कहाँ से मिलेंगे, you don't know where, because it's just a rough start what you're starting. So you have to know your vendors, and there are too many things in baking. Like, it's not just about one supplier. It's about your cake tins, your ingredients, your different supplies, your cake boards, cake boxes, paper bags, etc. So packaging से लेके पूरे ingredients तक, you have a lot of different things to cover. So that was another challenge. But to again know about it, you have to explore a lot. That is what I think, and that is what I have done personally. And apart from that, when you have laid your foundation, you have to get your customers. That is the biggest challenge ever, because nothing is a cakewalk और आपको easily customers भी नहीं मिलते हैं. So your first and foremost customer is your family and your near friends as well. So आपको अपने फ्रेंड्स को फ्रेंड्स के पास प्रमोट करना पड़ता है, फैमिली से प्रमोशन करना पड़ता है. Basically, your first advertisement or your promotion is your word of mouth through your friends and family. So I also started like that. I told about our bakehouse to my friends and my families, and my first order was actually from my cousin only. It was their housewarming party, and I made a cake. Perfect नहीं था, लेकिन काफ़ी motivating था. So I think that was the start. So आपको clients आपके friends and family से ही मिलेंगे first, and then once you start in the process, you get more clients, like through word of mouth, mutual friends मिलते हैं and all. So that's when you get, and that's when you create your own small community. And then of course challenges ये भी है कि because you're a sole person, you have to do everything from advertisement to promotion to making the products and to selling it. So you have to be active, and in today's time, social media is the place where you have to be most active. So I think these are a few challenges what you face. And apart from that, tiny bits of challenges are there. Like, you have to maintain your, scheduling your time and scheduling your proper week schedule. Like, if you are doing a job, like I was doing a job when I was starting our bakehouse. So my time for our bakehouse was very limited. So after I have done my job, I used to do our bakehouse and I used to promote it. So initially difficult hota hai to balance your personal life and professional life, but I think once you start, you will get through it.
So you covered up one of the question which I was going to ask you, which was about your first order. But I would like to know something apart from your first family order. What was your first order which was not from your family, and biggest one?
So yeah, as I told, the first order was from actually of my cousin. But apart from that, I got small cupcakes orders from cousins and families itself in the beginning. But after that, one of my cousin actually rooted for me, and in his office we had catered to a like small employee hampers and stuff. So that was my actually first corporate order, and it was also order from a word of mouth. So I knew that our bakehouse का नाम कहीं तो हो रहा है, धीरे धीरे start हो रहा है. But yeah, it was actually from friends and family itself. But to start catering to a corporate, whether it's a small order itself, but to cater to a MNC or a corporate, it gave me a boost. And from there, and when you enter corporate, if even 10 people are tasting your cakes or your desserts, people will order if they like your taste. And वहाँ से शुरुआत हुई कि got to create a community कि और लोग जुड़ते गए फिर उसमें.
So where do you get your most of your orders from now?
Now it's very surprising that initially mere friends and families were like my people who were ordering from me, but now strangers have started ordering. So I know it's a good thing when strangers order from you because people have connected a lot through social media, at least to me. So now it's complete strangers and mutual friends and stuff. So it's completely a different set of people who order from me now. Very less of family friends. Family friends तो fix है कि there is birthdays or anniversaries they will order, but more when you compare, it's more of strangers who order from me. So basically, people order mostly through Instagram right now. Instagram has been the key feature for me for promoting and even for ordering. We have started Swiggy and Zomato recently, so I'm yet to create a community from there as well. But until now, for me, since day one, it has been Instagram through which I have got a lot of clients.
So can you run us through a process of developing the plan and the goals which you had for starting a business, and then your key requisition areas where you shared your insights on it?
So yeah, as I told you, there were a lot of challenges, but my main focus was to learn professionally. But once you've started, you should know how much you want to invest in a business, right? Because I was from finance, so I knew that I had to be a little bit, I didn't want to spend a lot because I didn't know kal ko ye chalega nahi chalega, because it was like a, I didn't know, it was just like going somewhere which I didn't know about. So, but yeah, so you need to know how much you want to invest in it. So I started with a very small budget with basic tins, with basic ingredients, and so that was the first thing. Now, when speaking about investment, if you're starting your business, of course, आप हमेशा कुकर या गैस पे केक नहीं बना सकते हो अगर आपको प्रोफेशनली करना है तो. So my first biggest investment was my OTG. So OTG also varies from a lot of liters, तो आपको price range भी मिल जाएगा. But if you want to start professionally, I started with like 52 liters OTG, which ranges somewhere around 12 to 13,000. Or it can go up to like 18,000-19,000 also, depending on which brand you want to go with. So I wanted to invest limited. So I started with around 13,000-14,000 OTG. And then if you have a hand whisk at home, electric beater at home, I think you can work with it. But apart from that, basic investment like cake tins, your measuring spoons, your turntables, your palette knife, these are the tiny things what you need in baking, and जिसमें आपको invest करना ही पड़ेगा. But starting a baking business is not very expensive because these take little investment. The biggest investment is basically your OTG and your electric beater and stuff. So yeah, so that was the thing. So I wanted to start with the base itself because I didn't want to invest too much on it because नहीं चला तो भी घर में तो काम आएगा ये चीज़ें. So yeah, it is it. So yeah, apart from that, my business plan was very simple, that I wanted to go one step at a time. अभी सोचूंगी कि 5 साल बाद क्या करना है, नहीं होगा. So फिलहाल के लिए आगे 6 months, will it work or not? First I have to check that. So make your short term goals, but keeping in mind that you have a long term. Right now I have my long term goal which I actually had 5 years ago also, but उसके लिए अभी ये short term goals cover करना पड़ रहा है पहले. It's when you cover those short term goals, when you achieve them, that's when you will achieve your longest goal or the major goal you have set in your life. So after covering the investments and stuff, what I knew was पहले अपना community create कर लो. अभी setup कर लिया है पर orders भी आने चाहिए, right? So orders आने के लिए community build करो, and of course फिर वो word of mouth से होते रहता है and then जब ये आप करते हो ना तो आपका छोटा छोटा plans टिक होते रहता है, right? So after creating my community also, then that's when you start to even expand. कि when one OTG was working, you get more cake tins. So I started with like concept wise cakes and cupcakes. So initially when you do, you start with your basic cakes like butterscotch है, pineapple है, जो हम हमेशा से बचपन में खाते हुए आए local bakeries से. So initially you start from that, but then what I wanted to do was something different. So I started with concept cakes. So I do concept cakes in even half kg, because these days cakes is about, you know, visual happiness, what I think. So once you start, you have to do something with concepts also. So I started with concept baking, where I even do concepts in half kg cake, which gave me a bigger boost. So I feel that people started coming to me also because आप अगर यही सेम चीज़ बेकरीज में जाते हो तो you don't get concept cakes below 2 kgs. And if I'm providing that to you in half kg, of course कहीं ना कहीं वो होता है that you will come to me. So you have to attract customers, you have to give them offers, you have to give them lot of bribes to come to you.
Have you focused on the digital media part in this?
So yes, since day one actually, I have made sure to be socially active. So Instagram was the key for me, and also because हम जब हैम्स्टेक में भी थे तो हमको ये सिखाया था कि आपको कस्टमर्स ऐसे ही नहीं आएंगे, आपको कहीं ना कहीं प्रेजेंट होना पड़ता है. एंड ऑल्सो बिकॉज इट्स अ होम बेकिंग बिजनेस, यू डोंट हैव अ स्टोर टू शो पीपल कि वो आके आपके पास आके खरीदे. तो आपको अगर एक स्टोर बनाना है कहीं तो बनाना पड़ेगा, बीट डिजिटल बीट ऑनलाइन. सो इंस्टाग्राम हैज़ बीन माई ऑनलाइन सेलिंग स्टोर, वेयर एटलीस्ट इफ पीपल आर नॉट बाइंग, एटलीस्ट दे नो व्हाट आई एम मेकिंग. कि अगर उन्हें कहीं देखा है कि मैं क्या बनाती हूँ, दे कैन इवन यू नो सजेस्ट अदर पीपल्स और रेफर मी टू समवन who are maybe interested in taking the services. So I think Instagram has been the key, and because I've kept that in mind since day one, I think it has done good for me.
So, would you like to tell our audience about the Cloud Kitchen and how profitable that has turned into a business for you?
So whether you're starting a cloud kitchen or even a small baking business, the first and foremost thing what you have to do is you have to take up licenses. So even before starting the cloud kitchen, when I started my baking business, I took up FSSAI license. So these are government licenses which you have to take even if you're starting your thepla business or any business. Any woman or any person who wants to start their business even from home which is related to food, you have to take a few licenses, which is one of which is FSSAI license. So it is for a year and then you have to keep renewing it. So apart from that, if you have any labor or any person or any intern or stuff, you have to take your labor licenses. So these are the two things what you have to take up before even starting your cloud kitchen. Then cloud kitchen mein these two licenses are applicable, and apart from that, these days the process of starting it is very easy and very convenient, because all you need is your mobile phone to upload things, right? So your phone can get you customers, can get you licenses, can get you everything. So you have to make the licenses for which you can apply it through the websites. It's easily available and it's very convenient because आपको सब online आ जाता है. So you can just take a printout and frame it and keep it. If you have a store or if you have a business at home, you have to make sure you have the printout of it, because there can be checkings and food safety measures and stuff. So yeah, you have to have them. So that is the two things. And apart from that, if you want to start something like a cloud kitchen and then sell it on Swiggy and Zomato, you'll have to make sure that आप सब तैयारी करके रखो, because we need food instantly, right? In 20-30 minutes we need even pizzas, we need even desserts, but desserts take time in baking. So you have to have a plan that how are you going to make things convenient for you. So for me, the convenience is what I have started like past 2 years, even before starting a cloud kitchen, is that I have started making my own premixes of brownies and stuff. So that was a hack which I tried, and I think it is a life-changing hack for me, because once I started making premixes, I kept my greased and lined cake tins ready. it's just like in a flash I can make my brownies. So it's very convenient for me that these little hacks help you a lot. So सब चीज़ तैयारी करके रखो तो क्या करना पड़ता है end में it's just put it for baking, that's it. If at all you do these things on time, it's when you can give the customers everything on time. So I think you will, and these are not something what you learn from the start. Initially मुझे भी नहीं पता था ये सब, but once you start baking, once you start your business, I feel you keep learning through the experiences as well. To apply for FSSAI license and your label licenses and stuff, you can apply them online through the websites. All you need is your PAN card, Aadhaar card, basic identification proofs, and you have to just apply through the website, and it's very convenient. They charge a basic amount, and you get them within like 7 days and stuff, which you receive it online on your mail as well. So it's very easy. And to start the cloud kitchen, you will 100% need these licenses. FSSAI is compulsory, otherwise you can't even apply for it. And you will also have to make sure that you have renewed it, because when I was applying for my Swiggy and Zomato, I had my FSSAI license with me, but it had expired a month ago. So you'll have to make sure that you renew it and then only apply for it. And also, once you start your cloud kitchen, there can be inspection because they want to just see your space. ये होता है, नहीं भी होता है, it's not necessary, but if you upload pictures also, that also works sometimes. So yeah, you'll have to give your bank account details and stuff when you apply for cloud kitchens on Swiggy and Zomato as well, because through them only you will get money, right? Even if it's a COD order or a online amount order, you will get it through them. So you'll have to give your bank details and stuff. Only when all of these are verified, that's when you have a page or profile created on the applications. And how profitable it has been. It is profitable for sure, but you will have to keep in mind that when you are using someone else's platform and not your direct platform, there is a commission that they charge, right? So if I make a box of brownie and I sell it at a particular price, I can't sell it on the same price on the online platforms or a third-party platform, because they will also charge a commission for portraying my products or displaying my products on their website, right? So you'll have to make sure that you increase the amount so that उनका commission cut होके आपको उतना ही मिले जितना you deserve or your product cost. So these are the few things that you have to keep in mind. There are advertisements and stuff, offers what you can create on the platforms as well, so that आपको थोड़ा और promotion मिले. Otherwise, what happens, unless and until you have a good set of reviews, your page will not be displayed on the profile as well. So you will have to make sure that people order from you, and you have to make sure that they even review your product. It's then that your profile will be somewhere on the top. तो ये थोड़ा time consuming है, but once you dedicate your time and कहीं भी ना आप कोई बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हो तो आप 6 months भूल जाओ कि आपको प्रॉफिट होगा या लॉस होगा. You have to make sure that there will be no profit, no loss. You just have to dedicate your time, efforts, money, everything. 6 months के बाद कहीं ना कहीं आपको result मिलेगा. And I feel if you're starting something, you have to give that much time to it so that आपको भी कहीं ना कहीं result अच्छा मिले. So yeah, even when I started my cloud kitchen, I didn't want to expect anything. थोड़ा time लगता है because initially you have to pay the platform also. Platform को तो हर order के साथ हर order के साथ pay करना पड़ता है, but initially you have to give them an onboarding fee as well. So these are the little challenges what you face, but ठीक है, you'll sail through it.
So coming back to the payments, how did you feel when you received your first big batch of order? How did it pay back, and how did you exactly feel when you received that payment in your account?
It honestly feels great to get your first paycheck or your first payment, because whether if it is even like 500 rupees, I think that first money or the first amount is too good to be true for you. I mean, because आप सोचते नहीं हो, आप चाहते तो वही हो लेकिन आप सोचते नहीं हो कि आपको actually आपका ड्रीम रियलिटी में हो रहा है. So yeah, it feels great to get your first paycheck. It actually still feels great to even get paychecks after every order now. But वो first feeling तो obviously अलग ही होता है. So it's been great. But yeah, I think the first paycheck for me was somewhere around 1200 to 1300 rupees for like a cake which was around 3 kgs. Basically, that's lesser than the 1 kg amount what I charge now. But वो भी एक success है, वो भी एक motivation है. And बोलते हैं first order पे हमेशा घाटा होना चाहिए.
What was your biggest order that you have received and your experience through it?
So my biggest order till date was actually from a recent Diwali order. It was a bulk order of an MNC, and it was great. Doing bulk orders is amazing. So biggest order मतलब amount भी ज़्यादा होता है. So it was a recent order actually last Diwali. The paycheck was over 1 lakh. So yeah. So the order was actually Diwali gifting to the employees, and it was over 100 hampers. And during these times is when my students also come handy. So these are the students even from Hamstech and also through Instagram. So people see and they'll be like, मैम हमारे पास आपके पास internship करना है, मैम आपके पास आ सकते हैं क्या, कभी हो तो बताओ. So it's during these times when I connect to them. So I post up a story if you want to help or stuff. So I get interns through social media itself. So a few of my Hamstech students and a few through social media. So they come helping. But before them, it's my family who are the unpaid employees in my life. So it's my husband, my brother, my mother, everyone. So whoever is available, because even they enjoy. They have been seeing me since day one, right? So even they enjoy the process. So they'll be like, "हम भी free है, हमको भी बुला लो." So I call them. Otherwise, I call my students also. So they come, they help, and yes, I do pay them per day wise as well, because whether it's a small amount or a big amount, even it's a motivation for them. वो लोग internship भी कर रहे हैं, तो it's like even they need some motivation, right? So yeah. So when it's a hamper, you know, there has to be a lot of things into it. So curating the stuff what has to go in the hamper is the biggest challenge, because you have to provide them with a lot of options. You have to provide the client with a lot of options, that they want cookies, what sort of cookies, they want brownies. There are other things like there are makhanas, or you know, something for munching कि आप snacks में उनको क्या दे सकते हो. And you'll have to make it budget friendly for them also, and you'll have to make sure that whatever the customer is demanding, you serve them with that as well, right? So first of all, creating and curating the hamper itself is a bigger task, and then going for the further process, seeing for the trays, finalizing the packaging, the tins or the containers, what the hamper will look like. That itself is a challenge, but you'll have to make sure you do it budget wise, according to the customer's budget. And you know, you'll have to give a deadline to yourself. So कुछ भी ऐसा मत select करो जो आप खुद provide नहीं कर सकते. So whether you work day and night, you have to make sure that you give it to the customer in that deadline. So curating the hamper, and then selecting the trays and stuff, and then making sure that the baking is done on time. And then if you need help, you will for sure need help from your families and stuff. So one thing about bulk ordering is you'll have to even see कि वो wedding के लिए hampers है या event के लिए hampers है. Because events, what happened, if the event is on one day, you'll have to give the entire lot of hampers in that day itself, right? But if you have to give wedding orders for local orders, then they say that 20 hampers हमको ये दिन पे चाहिए, 20 ये दिन पे चाहिए, because they also have to go and give it personally, right? So you'll have to make sure whatever is the urgent basis pe order, you'll have to provide that on time. So if your hamper takes, if the entire thing takes around a week to make, you'll have to give them with products that have a good shelf life, right? So या तो आप cookie dough बना के रख लो and then you can bake cookies in the last. So what I choose for granolas and stuff, which is easier and it has a longer shelf life, right? So अपना काम भी convenient करो, but make sure that you provide with the finest ingredients and the perfect baked goods.
So my next question to you is, how did you develop a new recipe and a new menu creation?
Okay, so developing new recipes is to try and explore. That's the only thing what I do, because you have to be active and you have to be very trendy with the trend. So जो हम 2 साल पहले करते थे वो अब नहीं चलता है. There was, because everything comes in phases. What I've seen like in the past 4.5 years is there is a phase for everything. So during lockdowns, I am sure everyone have seen or at least ordered a pinata cake, वो hammer के साथ तोड़ने वाला. So that doesn't work now, but it was very trendy that time. What is trending now? Kunafa pistachio cake. I think everyone has heard about it. So yeah, so you have to keep up with the trend. So you have to keep trying also. तो try करते रहो. I do my trials through even recipes through social media. You never know क्या click हो जाए. I remember I saw one caramel sauce, butterscotch sauce recipe online, and that video was like some 10 years ago. And I saw that, I created that, and it was delicious. I still do that for my cakes now. So मतलब ट्राई करते रहो. कोई रेसिपी आपको कहीं बुक से मिल सकती है, कोई रेसिपी आपको खुद ट्रायल से मिल सकती है. सो यू हैव टू कीप ऑन ट्राइंग. Trial and error method is very common in this, so you'll have to keep trying. And menu creation is again based on this factor only, that अगर अभी कुछ ट्रेंड चल रहा है तो वो उसको अपने मेन्यू में ज़रूर ऐड करो. So what I have done is एक selective menu बना चुकी हूँ मैं of my cake flavors. So whenever a customer wants to order something from me, there are a few questions what I ask them. कितना kg cake चाहिए? What is your budget? Is there any theme? And I give them the available flavors or list. So they can choose from it. So it becomes very convenient for them to order कि हम उनको इतने options दे रहे तो वो लोग select कर सकते हैं. But ये basic 4-5 questions you have to ask them. So it is easier for them also to understand. It is easier for us also to understand what the customer is demanding for.
So do you also mention about allergies, or in your the case, is there any customer who asks about allergies or specifies about them?
Yeah. So when I spoke about my available flavors, right, I make sure to give a proper description in it. So example, if there's a hazelnut chocolate flavor, I make sure to tell them it's hazelnut chocolate flavor with hazelnut mousse and with dark chocolate ganache. So अगर किसी को suppose nut allergy है या hazelnut allergy है, so they will know. And if it's a butterscotch cake, I will make sure to keep that in mind, that there is caramel sauce or butterscotch sauce in it with butterscotch nuts. तो अगर किसी को एलर्जी, अब मुझे जो एलर्जी है वो मुझे तो पता रहेगी, राइट? सो इफ देयर इज एनी डाउट अबाउट एनीथिंग, देन यू हैव टू come and tell me, otherwise पूरा mentioned रहता है.
So what's your best selling recipe and what's the story behind it?
Very interesting. My best selling recipe till date is my brownie recipe, and the catch here is I actually got it from Hamsteak only. But वो same recipe कोई और बनाता है तो उतनी अच्छी नहीं बनती है. I don't know if it's like हाँ मतलब it's like they say ना कि मैं भी सेम सब्जी बनाऊंगी लेकिन मम्मी के हाथ की वो अलग लगती है. सो आई थिंक इट्स समथिंग लाइक दैट वन पर्टिकुलर रेसिपी इट्स द सेम रेसिपी व्हाट आई यूज, व्हाट अदर्स हु हैव इवन ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम हैमस्टेक आल्सो यूज, बट अलग लगती है. बट वन मोर थिंग व्हाट आई लाइक अबाउट माई सेल्फ इज आई थिंक आई हैव वर्कड ऑन इट, दैट इफ वन रेसिपी इज गिवन टू मी और आई हैव लर्नड वन रेसिपी, वही एक रेसिपी से आई विल ट्राई टू क्रिएट different variety of recipes. सो यू नो इसको स्विच करके हम इसको सब्सटीट्यूट करके ये बना सकते हैं, ये कर सकते हैं, ये कर सकते हैं. सो यू विल हैव टू कीप ट्राइंग. तो ट्राई कर करके आई थिंक आई हैव क्रिएटेड अ ग्रुप ऑफ रेसिपीज फॉर माई सेल्फ, जो एटलीस्ट 4.5 years से अब तक मेरा बिजनेस चला तो रहा है. बट आई एम होपिंग दैट या इट विल मेक मी रीच ग्रेटर हाइट्स एज वेल.
So you were a faculty at Hamstech, and how is it different from being a student, and how was your experience?
So it's very interesting that when I was a student at Hamstech, I was completely there for learning. I got amazing mentors who taught me how to lay the foundation for learning baking as a profession. But apart from that, when I myself was a faculty at Hamstech, I made sure to keep those points in mind which I had learned from my mentor, but to give it my own twist. Like, I wanted to make it easier for the students also, that if I were a student, I would have learned that way, right? So I made sure that I inculcate my habits also in that, and with simple things like, you know, अगर एक recipe है जो हम board पे लिखते हैं, what is the easier way for them to understand? So I used to, you know, combine all the wet ingredients together and write together, or, you know, combine the dry ingredients and write together. If this has to be in this temperature, it should be like this. So थोड़ा बहुत आपको अपने habits inculcate करने पड़ते हैं, which till date I think you'll have to do proper management. So it was very different for me, and because I'm not from a teaching background actually, so being a teacher was very different, but learned a lot being a teacher as well, because you actually meet a lot of students of different age groups, different mentality, so you know how to tackle everything and how to learn from them as well. क्योंकि सब गलतियाँ करते हैं, मैं भी करती थी, अब मेरे स्टूडेंट्स भी करते हैं, मैं अभी भी करती हूँ, बट दूसरों की गलतियाँ जब देखते हो तो आपको पता है कि हमको नेक्स्ट टाइम ये नहीं करना है. And being a teacher or a student, there was one thing common, that when I was a student, if any one of us used to do a mistake, and being a teacher, when any of your student does a mistake, पूरी class सीखती है. So I think one mistake so the entire class learns. So yeah, that was one thing, but it was a very amazing experience being a student and a faculty as well.
Can you share your advice on maintaining the quality and the consistency and customer feedback of the people around?
So being in baking business or any food business, I think the most important factor is what you have covered just now, that it is quality control. So you have to be sure of from where you're collecting your ingredients or gathering them, using them, which brand you're using, because in food business you have to use trusted products, trusted brands, right? So use good quality products, because जो आप खा रहे हो, जो customer खा रहा है, that is how he will review the product. You know, whatever you're serving to the customer, they will review the product and your business on that, right? So you have to make sure to maintain the quality. For maintaining that quality, you'll have to make sure that you maintain good quality ingredients. तो ही आपके final product पे अच्छा result आएगा. So I have learned it from my mistakes also, and actually it was happening a lot during lockdown. So there's a very interesting story. So same brand, so आप ऑब्वियसली फिक्स होता है कि आप बटर ये ब्रांड का यूज़ करते हो, आप मैदा ये ब्रांड का यूज़ करते हो, बट surprisingly what happened was I use my compound chocolates from a particular brand, and the best part is they have their branding on it. So they have a stamp of जैसे डेयरी मिल्क पे नहीं होता है डेयरी मिल्क लिखा हुआ या 5 स्टार पे, वैसे ही the compound chocolates also have the brand name on it. But during lockdown, I saw that there was a lot of adulteration and stuff happening, and there were a lot of fake products which were circulating. So that's one thing, that when I used to open the pack, there was no branding on it. So आप जब इतना बेक कर लेते हो तो आपको पता है कि ये genuine है कि नहीं है, right? Because आजकल सब जगह first copy, second copies इतना चल रहा है. So there, it can be in baking also, right? It can be in these products also. So that's when I knew that maybe the supplier has not sent me good stuff, or maybe it's just happening in the market. So that's one thing that I've learned कि जब भी देखो, make sure you have good suppliers, you have good vendors whom you can trust. And that was one thing what I learned. वो भी खुद से सीखा तो अच्छा लगा कि दूसरों को भी सिखा सकते हैं ये चीज़. So now when any student of mine also asks me, na, ma'am, can you help me with this? Where can I get this? Where can I get this? I have a list of vendors who I personally deal with. So I give them their contact numbers that you can, personally contact them. Or these are the places where you can go and head over and collect your stuff. So I think quality control, इसीलिए बोल रही हूँ quality control बहुत important है, because there are a lot of fake things happening and you can't, compromise on quality. And then how do you even know? अब हम हनी यूज़ करते हैं, हमको कैसे पता है कि वो रॉ हनी है, ऑर्गेनिक हनी है, नहीं है, राइट? सो हर चीज़ का आपको क्वालिटी कंट्रोल रखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज every fake product or every product which is different from your regular use ones, you will know that it will have a very different taste on your final product. There is a very funny story actually what happened. So normally I have, when I was not married and I was at my mom's place, so I used to bake in the same kitchen what we have, right? So it was from home only, it was in the same kitchen. But what happened was, I made a cake sponge, and it was tasting very weird. And I was like, I use the same recipe every day. आज क्यों इतना weird आ रहा है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा, because I use the same products. And it happened for me, like I made it thrice and the same thing happened. Only until I realized that my cook had switched my oil with peanut oil. So in the cooking oil which I normally use, in baking we use flavorless cooking oil, right? So उसने गलती से उसमें groundnut oil डाल दिया था, and that's one thing जो बहुत कम डलता है, लेकिन it has a very major impact, big impact on the product. So these are the little things. वो तो taste कर लिया तो पता चल गया. Otherwise, now I don't taste my products, because if I have to send it, I trust the process blindly because I know I'm confident. But कभी-कभी होती है ये गलतियाँ, तो you'll have to make sure that each thing is like properly segregated. So now I have a complete different baking section for myself, like where I keep my baking products very separately, whether it's oil or even maida or stuff which we normally use in our kitchen also, but two separate places, so that I don't mix up with things. गलती से भी गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए. So yeah, if you make sure to have good quality of your products, customer will obviously give you good ratings. And if a customer is coming back to you for orders, that's when you know you have won at it, because if they liked your product, only then they will come to you. अगर मुझे भी या आपको भी कहीं पसंद नहीं आएगा तो हम दोबारा नहीं जाएंगे उनके पास. So I think to attract customer, you have to give them with the finest ingredients and product. Once what happened was, I make the brownies with the same recipe. So one of my customer had told me during, I think it was winters, that brownies taste amazing but थोड़े hardened हो गए, थोड़े hard हो गए. So I was like, okay. So ये initial days में था. So that's when I realized even the temperatures are very important. So taking the feedback very positively, what I started doing was I reduced the temperature of baking my brownies to around, I reduced it to 10 degrees more, and baking time भी 5 minutes कम कर दिया. So that's when I know, because what happens, butter in summer when it's outside, it melts. But same butter when it's outside in the winters, it will have a solid form. So the brownies का main ingredient is your butter and chocolate, जो दोनों विंटर्स में हार्ड होते हैं. दैट्स व्हेन यू रियलाइज दैट ठीक है ब्राउनीज इसीलिए हार्ड हो रहे हैं. तो विंटर्स एंड समर्स में ये एक डिफिकल्टी होता है विच यू विल हैव टू कीप इन माइंड, एंड थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करके हो जाता है. सो व्हाट आई डिड वाज टेकिंग द फीडबैक कंस्ट्रक्टिवली. I made sure to reduce, suppose if I'm baking it at 160, I reduced it to 150 and reduced the time to 5 minutes, for about 5 minutes. And it was perfect from there.
How did you manage time with multiple orders at the same time and different projects happening with your personal and professional life?
So this is one important factor what you have to keep in mind, that you'll have to make sure to schedule things properly. So one thing what I have done since day one, even before starting my business, what I used to have a habit of is I used to note down things and make a proper schedule of my day, entire day. You'd have to make a proper schedule. Now, as I told you, when I started my business, I was even working. So I used to make sure our bakehouse was before 10 a.m. and after 6 p.m. So because that was the time I was working from 10 to 6. So I had to make sure I used to do my evening orders in the morning, and morning में अगर कोई orders देने होते तो I used to complete it in the night. So that's how I started balancing. But make the sponges prior, or remove the whipping cream from the freezer and make it to a room temperature. These are the little things what you can do to manage your baking. But apart from that, making your sponges and आपके fillings ready हो, सब ready हो, तो easy हो जाता है आपका काम. So manage it properly. And if you're doing full time baking, I would suggest that always provide fresh. So of course you have to make sure that your sponge is good, it's set good. So give the sponge also 6 to 7 hours for setting after baking. So manage it properly. I think time management is the most important thing. But if you have your personal things also, prioritize both equally, I would say. And as I've told you that I have worked on concept cake since day one. So when there are multiple orders, there will be different themes and stuff. किसी theme का fondant होता है, किसी theme का printouts होता है. So when there are multiple orders, you'll have to make sure that if the orders have something in common, like printouts, so you can create your PDFs and stuff and get the printouts together. Or if there are any customized toppers and stuff what you have to get, so all of that you'll have to keep in mind for multiple orders. And when there are bulk orders, again, what you can do, in the starting, you'll have to make sure to do it first. Like अगर cookies बनाने हैं तो cookie dough पहले से बना के हम रख सकते हैं. Cookie doughs can be kept in the freezer for a month also. So if you can do something like that कि आप बना के रखो थोड़ा when it's bulk orders, so it's easier for you. And when there are multiple cakes order, make the sponges together. When your oven is OTG is anyway starting, so you can do that together and then start with one by one. What you have to give first, make sure to complete that first and make sure to chill it. बनते ही direct customer को कभी नहीं देना चाहिए, especially in summers. So you have to make sure that you have good space in the fridge so you can store them and then give it to the customers. Again, in multiple orders, you'll have to make sure that आप equal time उसको दो. आप time कहाँ से बचा सकते हो? Sponges पहले बना के बचा सकते हो, या आप themes बना के fondant figures बना के आप रख सकते हो. So yeah, that's the thing about multiple orders.
So can you tell us about the most challenging orders that you have received and how you overcome it?
So the most challenging order, I think, was the order which I created for myself. The order I wanted to do actually. So it was my niece's first birthday. And जब खुद का order रहता है तो आप और चीज़ें innovate कर सकते हो. Like you don't want to experiment everything on client's order, right? So you can experiment on your own orders. So it was my niece's first birthday, and the most trending thing that time was the butterfly cake, the butterfly wings cake, which was trending. I'm sure everyone must have seen that. So I wanted to create that. But it takes a lot of effort and time. So yeah, so because it had to be like a 4 to 5 tier cake, you'll have to see that you can use dummies as well. People don't know that. उनको लगता है कि अगर 5 kg केक है तो हमको 4 टियर चलेगा, बट आप 5 किलो केक एक टियर में भी बना के बाकी सब डमीज रख सकते हो. So you'll have to take up the challenge. So the challenge for me was to first make the butterfly wings stable, to have that big machine in the dummy. So it takes a lot of time. You have to cover everything with fondant and stuff. But experiment नहीं करोगे तब तक सीखोगे भी नहीं. So yeah, it takes a lot of help also from others. Fondant and all you can do, but setting up the butterfly flap and everything, you need help. So again, your friends and family come in handy. So my husband helped me in putting up the butterfly wings and stuff, and taking the orders to the venue is also a task, because आपको हर चीज़ अलग अलग लेके जाना पड़ता है. Like if it's a 4 to 5 tier cake, you will have to take it separately and assemble it there. So, and you have to trust yourself only for taking, because even if you're taking cabs or cars, you'll have to be very careful with the order. So that is a challenge, but I think थोड़े challenges आते हैं, लेकिन but the end product was amazing and everyone loved it. So yeah, I was very satisfied with the cake.
So, how do you set prices for your products, and what are the factors that go in where you think about the pricing for the food item?
Okay, so how to set prices for your product and what all you have to consider. So first of all the cost of your ingredients you have to see. Now, because it's a baking business or a food business, as many of you know, you'll have to consider the prices of every gram of your ingredient. So whatever you're using, I'll give you a small example of a chocolate cake or a normal cake. So basically, you'll have to consider the cost of all the ingredients which has gone in baking the sponge. After the sponge, you'll have to consider the cost of the filling if you're putting it in the cake. Apart from that, the icing, every cost you'll have to determine and you'll have to note down. After the cost of ingredients, what you'll have to see is the cost of other packaging materials, like a cake board, cake box, knife, candles, whatever you provide with, the paper bags where you give, stickers है तो stickers लगाओगे, अगर stamp है, printed box है, these all little things you'll have to see. And then you'll have to consider your overhead costs, which is your electricity, which is your water, and because आप electric beater use करोगे, आप baking के लिए OTG use करोगे, पानी use करोगे for washing your dishes also. So these are the little things what you'll have to consider. Apart from that, if you have any intern or any staff with you, you'll have to consider the labor cost. Or if it's you only, you are the labor for your business, then you'll have to consider the price for yourself also. तो overheads and labor cost and all हम ऐसे consider नहीं कर सकते, because you have multiple orders, right? So what you can do is, on your ingredients cost and on your packaging cost, you can consider maybe 30%, maybe 50%, depends on how big your business is. Because when it's just the start or initial or the beginning of the business, you can't charge 50% of overheads or 50% of your labor, because कोई नहीं देगा जब तक आप trust नहीं build करोगे. So initially you can keep 10%, 20%, and then once your business grows, then you can increase it. After all these factors are considered, then you'll have to put the percentage of your profit. Again, profit is also important. If you're doing a business, आपको profit तो कमाना ही है, right? You're doing the entire business for earning money, right? So initially, again, that starts from 20%. What I would suggest to anybody who's just the beginning, start from 20%. And then once your business grows, again वो भी 50, 60%, 80% तक भी जा सकता है. पर वो तब जाता है जब कस्टमर completely satisfied है, वो बार बार आपके पास आ रहा है. So these are the little costs what you have to consider, and then whatever last amount you get is your selling price. So अगर मेरा cost कहीं अगर suppose 1000 rupees पे कोई आ रहा है, so I will give him for like 1300 or 1400, because that margin will be my profit. So you will have to see everything. And if you are going for printouts and fondant and stuff, again the charges for it varies, because you're giving in extra efforts.
So, my next question to you is that how do you handle competition, and what is the difference between you and your competition, you feel that is?
So being into baking business, there are a lot of competition in the market, digitally also and even locally. So when I talk about making your own mark in the business, I also want to tell you that you will have to create your own USP. So for me, it is what I feel is the eggless concept baking, what I do. So it really helps me, what I feel. And competition बहुत है, but you will have to be socially active. I think you have to create a lot of good content to post on your social media. So if you check out my social media, I don't just stick to posting pictures of my cakes or making reels of my cakes and just posting them. I make sure to have a bit of comedy, a bit of drama, and create funny things. What bakers go through behind the scenes, or the process of making a final product. So these are the little things कि आपको explore करना पड़ेगा. आप अगर एक ही चीज़ करोगे तो बहुत mundane लगेगा, बहुत boring लगेगा. And I'm also a person who wouldn't like scroll अगर बहुत boring है तो. I'm sure no one would. So you'll have to create something which has a variety of things. So that's how I think you can create a mark. आपके टेस्ट से लोग आएंगे, आपका जो सोशल मीडिया दिखता है लोग उसी के कारण आपके पास आएंगे. सो आई थिंक यू हैव टू क्रिएट योर ओन USP. तो एगलेस होम बेकिंग and my social media, I think these are the two reasons why people would come or choose my products.
So how big that you think that your business is going to grow, and how are you planning way forward?
So already over 4.5 years now, I think my big business has got a good reach, and that has happened because I've made sure I'm presentable in front of the audience. So I'm not just sticking to my home baking and just selling cakes. What I try to do is I go to baking stalls. I create my own stalls and I go for exhibitions. I make sure that I'm there in the audience. I'm there with the audience, right? So you'll have to make sure आप एक अपना capacity create करो. So so one plus point for me is my husband is also in a food industry business. So whenever even he puts a stall, I'll make sure कि एक छोटा part मेरा भी हो. So that is how I can advertise and promote my business also, because it's a small scale business. That is how you'll promote, right? So वो निक एंड नैक्स आपको चूज करने पड़ेंगे कहाँ कहाँ आप अपना बिजनेस प्रमोट कर सकते हो. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट व्हाट आई डू इज, if my friends have any housewarming or any shop opening, what I do is I give them bite-sized desserts. So what happens, munching के लिए जा रहे हो brownie bites ले लो. So what happens, लोगों को अच्छा लगता है, that is how you will create your mark. So apart from that, एक्सप्लोर करना पड़ेगा, बेकिंग स्टॉल्स लगाने पड़ेंगे. आई थिंक व्हाट हैज़ हेल्प्ड मी वाज even putting stalls in society exhibitions. Like these days housing societies have their own exhibitions, like one day exhibition stuff. So if you're putting your stalls in such places, there are 1200 flats, 1500 flats, मतलब आपके पास इतना audience मिल रहा है आपको. So I think that's how you can create a good group also. So that is how I've grown up until now. And in future, my longest term goal, what I was talking about, is to create a space wherein I have a studio for myself where I can create good content, plus a space where I can teach people. So I can take multiple workshops and stuff. So already what I have done is to promote my business. I've already started Cake Your Canvas workshop. So the name Cake Your Canvas is basically I give them bento cakes, which is basically your canvas, and you can create your own designs. So this is for small group of people. Basically आप 10 friends hang out कर रहे हो and you want an activity, basically like a sip and paint, sip and frost. So it is something like that. So wherein you can spend good quality time with your friends and families. So I think which was another good decision in my career, because till date I've done around 5 to 6 workshops of Cake Your Canvas for personal clients. So unke baby showers mein, baby shower related theme we have done Cake Your Canvases. And then when they're meeting with friends, they want to do like a chill Cake Your Canvas. So these all workshops I want to do in a space which I will create for myself, and that will be a place where I want to inculcate everything what I am. So basically I can display my desserts over there, I can create a space of creating content, and I can also create a space where I can teach baking, because till date, even like after becoming a teacher, till date I get messages from other students on Instagram who I don't know. Ma'am, can we work under you? Ma'am, can you teach us this? I need to know this hack. So I want to create like 2-3 days workshop or a week workshop for them over there. So that is my future longest term goal. I think I'll fulfill that also. In that ladder, I think listing on Swiggy and Zomato was the first step on the ladder. Eventually, I think one or the other orders will also be done.
Talking about Hamstack, what inspired you to choose Hamstack, or what was the reason that you chose that institute over the others?
So, when initially I was starting, I wanted to learn baking professionally first before starting my career in baking. So, that's when I was actually searching for courses, but I also wanted it to be certified because in food business, certification is the most important thing, what I feel. So, I just scrolled through internet and stuff, and it was lockdown during then. So I was very doubtful about whether colleges or schools are open for baking and stuff. So that's when I got to know about Hamstack, and I enrolled and I had my classes scheduled. So we had both theory and practical classes. So I knew people who were in Hamstack but not in baking. So I knew it was a good school for education, college for education, but yeah, baking was like I just chose it, and I'm just so grateful that I chose it because it did lay a foundation for me. It did teach me how to lay a foundation for your business. अगर आपको वही नहीं पता आप अपना बिजनेस कैसे चलाओगे, कैसे सस्टेन करोगे फिर, तो टू गिव मी दोज रेसिपीज, टू लर्न, टू इवन start with basic grease and line of tin. So I learned about Hamstack through internet, and then yeah, it just so happened that it had to come in my destiny.
So, what is your biggest takeaway from the institute of Hamstack, and how would you describe your experience?
So, being a student and faculty both in Hamstack, the one thing what I actually learned over the experience was that you learn with the experience, right? You learn with every experience. Whether being a student, आप student हो तो आप सीखते ही हो, but आप जब teacher भी होते हो, आप faculty भी होते हो, तो आप तब भी सीखते हो. So, my biggest takeaway is that you'll have to give the work or your art some time, because not everything happens in one night, right? You'll have to be dedicated. You'll have to make sure कि आप practice करो. Now, because I shoot a lot also, I do baking shoots and stuff, so I know जितना मैं shoot कर रही हूँ, जितने मैं products create कर रही हूँ, I'm crafting my skill more, right? I'm doing it with more perfection. So I think that is important. So just keep practicing, keep learning, and give the art some time, and give yourself also some time for that practice. Only then you can be good at your work. I'm not saying you'll always be perfect, because not everyone is perfect, not every day is perfect. But you'll have to learn कि अगर कभी कुछ गड़बड़ हो भी जाती है, how you can make sure that you can still create something good out of it.
So, my next question to you is, would you like to share your turnover, or how much you make every month or yearly?
What I would like to say is that once you have started your business and you have reached a good space, I think you can easily earn about 50,000 minimum a month. So again, अगर आपका मार्क अच्छा हो गया तो आप लाख के ऊपर भी आराम से कर सकते हो. So आपको खुद को उतना टाइम देना पड़ेगा और खुद को परफेक्ट बनाना पड़ेगा. लेकिन also when like I was a student in Hamstack, I got great mentors. So Preeti Shetty ma'am and Tahir sir, I think these two were the most supportive faculty what I got, because apart from the regular classes what we used to have tiny bits of workshops also where we could intern, or we could help them out, and they also gave us opportunity for putting up stalls in the photography events or the interior events that were happening, fashion events that were happening in Hamstech. So that provided us with the experience. So अब वो जब experience हमको use हो चुके हैं, तो now we can keep our own baking stalls, right? So that provides with a good stall, and that provides us with a good experience. But apart from that, because आपके mentors उतने supportive होते हैं, तो automatically you also have a motivation that आपको भी अच्छा करना है. You also have to prove something to them, right? If you're learning something from them, I think you have to do good to them also. So because they were supportive, I think I also could be supportive to my students in the future. I could learn that, and we created many workshops so that we could advertise ourselves also and the work what we do.
So, what knowledge and skill that you acquired while you were studying at Hamstech, can you still yet use it today in your daily life?
One of the most important skill what I learned in Hamstech was how to manage your baking time and things, right? How to organize them so that it is easier for you also to start your own business. So organization of your equipments and stuff, and also managing your time. Suppose अगर आपका product bake हो रहा है, in those 40-50 minutes, what else you can do? आप वो 40-50 minutes waste तो नहीं करोगे. So you can maybe create your themes, and you can create your fillings and icing for it, so that आपका time waste ना हो. Apart from that also, it helps in your multiple cake orders or multiple bulk orders also. So I think maintaining your schedule and how to proper organize and how to keep learning, that is my biggest takeaway from Hamstech.
Looking back at your journey throughout this 4 years, what are the three major parts or three major points that you would say that are stuck with you?
So the first and foremost in any business, whether it's baking or any business of yours, is to keep your professional and personal life separate. So because baking demands a lot of time, it demands a lot of time. So you will have to make sure that you have a proper balance. ना आप उसको इसमें involve करो, ना इसको उसमें involve करो. And in that case, I would also say कि you have to be thankful, or you'll have to make your partner or your family also understand that it demands time. So I make sure I don't club those things together. So I enjoy my life even after baking so much. So that you can do only when you have a proper balance. तो वो balance के लिए भी you'll have to make sure all the things are ready on time. So you will have to schedule things properly and then maintain that balance in your life. That is the first thing I would say. The second thing what I've learned is that it takes a lot of time to build a community. Like even after 4.5 years of my career, I've reached to a stage where I have 2,500 followers on Instagram. But I know those people will stick to me. So even if it's like 2,500 followers, I know these are my permanent customers. So अगर आप 2 customers से start करते हो, 2,500 is a lot for you in those 4 years. So I think building a community and taking things slow. आपको रातों रात success नहीं मिलती है. And I think this is also not a success until आप ये point पे cross करते हो तो आपको लगता है कि you have a bigger success to reach, right? You have a bigger point to reach. And of course, to reach that point, छोटे-छोटे success matters. So it will take time, but कोशिश करना चाहिए. I feel you should not give up. There are cakes which have failed for me also, but that doesn't mean that I will just wrap up things and just leave it. You will have to make sure that you keep practicing. आपको कुछ दिक्कत हो रही है, you rectify what you're doing wrong, and then practice more and make yourself to the capacity that people really come to you again and again. The third and the last thing what I would say is first of all, explore more and get your vendors right. So genuine vendors important है आपके business में because it is food related. So it is important to get good vendors, good suppliers which are reputed and which gives you branded ingredients. Apart from that, make sure to not over invest in something. So start with a low budget, start with the basic investment what is required. Yes, I would suggest that don't go overboard with the investments, but yes, of course you will have to invest in one OTG, of course you will have to invest in an electric beater, but those can be the basic ones also. If your business is doing well, there is always scope of getting more on board, right? Like I started from one OTG and now I have 3 OTGs, I have 3 electric beaters, I have tons of cake tins, I have tons of equipments. अब रखने को जगह नहीं है, that is the problem. But that is the thing, like start with the basic things and eventually जब आपका business grow होता है, आप अपना space भी expand कर सकते हैं.
So, how can our viewers contact you if they want to, and what would you suggest them for it?
So, as I've already told you, my major business is through Instagram only, and my majority of my clientele is through Instagram. So, a lot of mutual friends also, like word of mouth publicity. So, if anyone wants to contact me, or even I help out a lot of people who ask questions on Instagram. So I keep on taking Instagram polls and stuff, or ask me anything type of things, wherein if there are any questions, I can help out. If there is any doubts, I try to solve them. So you can contact me on Instagram. It goes by the name Arbake House. So you can just DM me and I'll let you know whatever doubts you have. Apart from that, just be there in the audience and with the audience. You will have to make sure that you're presentable with the audience. जैसे Instagram का content भी होता है, I'll try to make sure that it is something which any person can relate. I'm not saying any baker can relate, because I want to create something funny which any person will relate to me. So I think वैसे ही कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे जब आप ऑडियंस के माइंडसेट से कनेक्ट कर सकते हो तो. सो येस, यू कैन connect to me on social media, and I think you can be my next client also.
So, thank you for your time and space today with us, and hope that your business goes well, and we'll see you soon again.
Thank you so much. It was amazing to be here today, and it was a great chat. Thank you.
So that's all for today's episode. If you have any queries, please feel free to DM us on Instagram. We will be back with our new episode of Hamstech Hall of Fame. Until then, I am your host, Sham, aka Pratik Thakur, signing off.